Shalom, Labakariayim, Shalom, Yashala, peace be to the elect of the nation of Israel. Consisting of 144,000 prophets, which are all men out of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and of course, Shalom to the rest of the one-third, which are no prophets, what are believers of the Lord, by hearing the words that come from the Lord through the prophet's mouth, and will collectively receive the Torah. And of course, I want to give all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yashai, Bashim, Kodash, and double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone World. Peace and salutation again to the elect, the brother Mahba, and Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, located here in Philadelphia, coming again with another wee lesson. Just something in the spirit. It says, note to riot in America is why looting a gun store isn't such a great idea. Which this article it struck my interest because as I was going about my travels at the job, I took a little inquiry, a survey, visual. And I was observing all of the different damages that have been done in the city, and also the preparation for the future damage that shall be done. And this is all biblical prophecy, all the hands of you got Jake, which is wicked Jake, out there lost. Of course, you're gonna have E's and other heathens, but it's mainly Jake. Alright. So let's just get into this article. Get a couple scriptures and then close out. It says that social unrest worsened by the day. Criminals have masked themselves as protesters. Alright, so they tell you that the criminals, they try to pretty much seem as if they're protesters. Basically telling you that they're not protesting really. They're just using this. A lot of God people are using this just to do, obviously, their criminal activities. And now, it's taking advantage and seizing the moment. Okay? It says, and have started to loot high-end stores across the country. Mobs ransacking stores have been the most evident in nearly every major metro in the last 3 to 5 days. So, this has been a multi-day occurrence in which it's hitting the high-end stores. So say like in Philadelphia, you have in that Rittenhouse Square area, I believe they hit a lot of the different stores. But it's going to go into some things. It says when looting on 5th Ave, protesters might want to skip over the Rolex outlet. We noted Monday that due to every Rolex have a unique serial number that would make it hard to resell. And they pointed out that Apple laptops and the other Apple products, as well as other expensive electronics, have location trackers. So they just getting you, of course, aware that as it continues, they're making it harder to resell on black market. So it's easy to track. Okay, but Jake don't care out there. Jake could just supplant out there, sell it to somebody thinking they get a laptop, but they receiving some stolen property. And it says our message today is clear: don't loot gun stores. It says there are several reasons behind this. The first is that store owners and employees are likely armed to the teeth and will shoot. So this obviously is the case, and what this is what happened, right? And we're gonna get into it. And I heard of this firsthand, actually at my job and such, by one of the supervisors. So it says here that is exactly what happened when a group of people attempted to break into the Firing Line Inc. in South Philadelphia earlier Tuesday. Were met with a barrage of gunfire by the owner, who was waiting inside. So, of course, you had a smart owner of this store who actually was on wait. Okay, so pretty much you just waiting to get shot, Slakia. It says NBC Philadelphia said the gunshot owner defended his store when a group of people attempted to break in. The owner shot and killed one man as the chaos and destruction had transformed the city of brotherly love into a city of brotherly hate. And this city is wicked, I just must note. Philadelphia Police Chief Inspector says that thousands of 911 calls of burglaries, looting, vandalism, and large crowds have been seen recent days. So that's it. I mean, you barely really see any cops out there at all. I mean, pretty much what you see in the streets these days is now just people boarding up their businesses, or you showing up to a business and it's all boarded up and they're no open. Different pharmacies, the Rite Aids, the Walgreens, okay, all of them, all these Wawas, all these different convenience stores. And as you see, a lot of the videos are being taken down. Alright, they're showing you here some of the damage. They actually got on video. Let me see what this is. We can't play it. But, I mean, that's pretty much the story. Okay? Now, I'm just going to get some scriptures and close off. I don't know if this is the scripture. I'm gonna have to get a different scripture, Slakia. Slakia for this this video not going as according as I best want it. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10. And 34 says, "Think that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." And this, of course, is in the red letter when you go into it, which is Yahushua speaking, and what you call Jesus Christ. So when people say that the Lord is all peace, they are terribly mistaken. They definitely don't know Yahushua at all. It says, "For I am come to set man at variance against his father, and daughter against her mother, and daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And the man's foes shall be they of their own household." Okay, and you find that pretty evident in these times. I mean, those of their own nation, as you hear, they are against one another. Like, I pretty much hear Jake, the older Jake, at sighing, like at my job. This one guy, he's just like, pretty much ashamed that he's 2/3, pretty much. I mean, not to say he's not a 2/3, but that's for the Lord to determine. But yeah, he's just ashamed because it's just like, he pretty much like, pretty much say that so-called black man can't do nothing right or can't have nothing good without fucking it up, and that's basically that's what he said. All right, and I mean, they, Jake messing up their own actual communities, but we know this is all biblical prophecy, all right, of men being set at variance against one another and such. Okay, that goes within even your household, which is going into. And you're gonna see a lot of betrayal and such. Okay, I mean, you have somebody literally coming into the gun shop to rob you. That's ridiculous. All right, this is gonna be in Ezra's. Let's go to it real quick. Probably the 15th chapter. Right. It says here, "Woe unto the world," 2 15:15 says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell in, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up against one another, and swords in their hands." Right. This is just really hitting hard right now. Okay. Swords in their hand, and literally, when somebody's in a gun shop with a knife, with an actual gun, and he blowing you away, you'll really know this scripture that came to life, because a lot of you, Jake, is gonna really see that done to you, who you know, and even might be to you, for doing this stupid stuff. All right, this is all from the Lord. Let's see, I was in Habakkuk. Let's see. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and 12. It's woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity. And that's he, of course, the wicked, who took America, right, by blood, and established a city by iniquity, a multitude of sins. And it's payment time. All right, so pretty much gonna see everything fall here in Babylon. Okay, which are in the fall of it. So I'm pretty much closing to the end of my lesson. I just wanted to make it very brief. I mean, I could get Isaiah 19. I'm gonna do some other lessons. I just going to do some things right now. Currently trying to get something done, but things are being hindered, so I gotta, of course, try to still fight and get this work done. It says here, This is Isaiah chapter 19 and 1, the burden of Egypt. And this is America. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, talking about a chariot, and shall come into Egypt. And that's going to be a huge chariot. Okay, it's going to be, I believe, Isaiah, Ezra, if I'm not mistaken, in the 13th chapter said he couldn't even see the end of it, if I'm not mistaken. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. Yeah, these false gods, these idols. Okay. And the heart of, meaning the mind of Egypt, shall melt in the midst of it. And it's definitely melting right now. Okay, with everything coming to a halt, with the civil unrest, curfews every day. Alright, Masas, or Masas, that is like, yeah. Masas, which means to melt, to grow faint or fearful. Yeah, people are fearful of these days and these times. Alright, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Okay? It's so fearful that people are going and getting swords, and people are taking their swords and using them on people. I mean, you had a story where they pretty much told me in West Philly that these different store owners, which are pretty much Hamites, probably gonna be Israelite foreigners too, but for the most part, I believe in Hamites. Though we have, of course, we were taken for the western tiers of Africa. There's a difference between Israel and the Egyptians, or so-called Africans, or really that's particularly talking about the son of Ham, which one of the sons was Matzazarium. But yeah, it's the difference between Israel and them. But it says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, the modern Egyptians, the E, because we in Egypt now, Sodom and Egypt, spiritually. And they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And we seeing that now, man, with this story. And there's going to be more stories of this. So, why looting a gun store isn't such a great deal, or a great idea, because you'll get blown to bits. And plus, like I said, things are traced. So, people going to do anything anyway. A lot of people not going to be taking it to resell it. They're going to just take it just to use for their own use. So, with defense or offense. So, with that, I want to give all praise and honor. Glory to Yahweh, Shem Shai, and Bashim, Kodash, and double honor, spouse, and others. A great millstone, peace, and salutation. Take that. Shalom again.